My name is Matthew Boyle. I'm Partner and Chief Marketing Officer at AAFCPAs, and I am hoping that you enjoyed not just your morning, but that very inspirational keynote address from Jamel Lindos. That was fantastic. And as a marketer, I'm thinking that what a great way to differentiate your nonprofit organization by being emotionally intelligent. So really spectacular. So it's going to be fun. The next 15 minutes, I get to talk a little bit about what's new at AAFCPAs, and I want to start with its good news. So things are going very well. We are growing, we are thriving, and I have some highlights to share with you that are tailored to the things I think you're going to want to know about. So these are just some of the things that are new at AAFCPAs, but hopefully you'll find them important. So first up, I'd like you to pay attention to that logo for a minute, because in 2023, we are celebrating our 50th anniversary as a business. So we are very, very excited about that. And in the logo, I want you to notice that, and also what we choose to celebrate. So like any anniversary, it's a time of reflection. And while we've been reflecting, we've really been thinking a lot about the impact of the nonprofit and of the nonprofit companies that we work with, just the tremendously positive impact it's had on our organization. It's really been something. It's been amazing. And I want to thank you for that because it has been so positive in nature. It also too, all 300 employees, in terms of how we celebrate this, we're going to gather for a morning of a service event, and we're going to do it in the morning of our annual summer outing. We're going to get together and we're going to have a bike build, and the bike build service project, is something that we're excited about doing together. We thought long and hard about how best to acknowledge our 50th anniversary, and so we came up with this idea. Let's help some children. Let's donate these bikes to some children that are in need. We get to meet people in the firm while we go through the process of building them and have a lot of fun. So that's what we're doing to sort of celebrate our 50th anniversary, and we're very excited about it. We'll let you know how it goes, and we'll share some photos with you in terms of what the bike build looks like. Another great new thing to talk about is 3 new partner promotions. So Robin Leet is up there first. She's in our business process and IT advisory practice, and she's been promoted to partner, which again is such a big deal in public accounting for these folks and for the firm. Robin comes with 20 years of wonderful experience and deep experience, in the nonprofit space, in the for-profit space, but everything that has to do with process and systems. And she really helps bring IT functions and finance functions together with what she does. She's going to be speaking to us at 2:00 today about budgeting. And she also did a webinar this past January on system selection. So you may have heard her speak before, but I'm looking forward to hearing her again later today. Rich O'Neill, you may not know him as much because he's mostly in the commercial space, but commercial space is also thriving at AAFCPAs. And I thought you might find of interest that he's a 2021 recipient of the Joel Aronson Character Award. And that's the most prestigious award that the firm has. And it's something that we get very excited about. And Joel Aronson is near and dear to many people on this call today. So if you go to our impact report that is downloadable from the platform, you can see there's a photo of Joel, and he's with not just Rich O'Neill, but he's with the other 3 recipients, because this award has been in place for 4 years since Joel retired. And lastly, but not least, Dan Seaman, who is in tax and as a tax partner. We're very excited about Dan. He works with our high net worth individual clients, and he's a leader in our wealth management practice. So he works very closely with Kevin Hodson, and our other wealth advisors. And, tax implications are central, to the customized financial plans that we have for our wealth management clients. And please continue to let your partner know if we can help you or any other people in your networks on investments. I think you know this, but this is an area where ethics really, really counts, really matters. And we're really doing some exceptional things for clients in the investment space. So I also want you to know that there's a great video on the website that talks about what the wealth management practice does. So if you go onto the website and click on, click on About, and then you'll see client testimonials. The first one you see at the top says Jan and Jeff Dentremont. That's the name of the couple. And it says unique from the beginning. Watch that video and you'll see firsthand what we're doing and just how special it is. Mark Vojnik has joined the firm as tax director. What's interesting about Mark, he's based in New Jersey. So, we're hiring people who work remotely, and we're doing really well with that. Mark is a great example of that. Mark works with corporations and partnerships. He's in compliance and consulting. He focuses heavily on international tax, and he works with domestic companies and U.S. inbound. And that basically means international companies with U.S. operations or U.S. investments. So international tax, which is very complex, is a growth area in our firm, and there's a lot on the line, and companies are utilizing our expertise in this area. Garrett Morand, Managing Director of our outsourced accounting and advisory practice, rejoins the firm. Very excited about that. Outsourced accounting advisory is also known as our managed accounting solutions practice. And this is where we work with nonprofits and for-profits. So Garrett is an experienced CFO. He's been he's really had the oversight of a lot of things that people on this call, people in the seminar have, which is, as a CFO, he's overseen finance, he's overseen HR, he's overseen operations and IT, all the fun stuff, so to speak. And he used to work for AAFCPAs from 2013 to 2015. And he was in our business process and IT consulting practice. So we're happy to have Garrett back at the firm and manage our growth, which we're anticipating this area to continue to boom. Also in the outsourced accounting and advisory area, Kimberly Rice has joined the firm as consulting controller. And what's interesting about Kimberly is that she's is on the for-profit side of the house. And I thought you'd like to know that area is growing from an MAS standpoint just as quickly as the nonprofit area. So I think it's good to sort of ask, well, why? Why is it doing that? And really, it's the value proposition. So it's not just because it's hard to find people, because it's more than people. It's a three-legged stool: people, process, and technology. So the people, the process, meaning we know what to do and how to run an accounting and finance function. And we also know technology, the systems to use to do it as efficiently as possible. So for instance, utilizing web-based apps and whatnot. So you put those three things together, and that's really where a lot of the growth is coming from. So we're happy to have Kimberly Rice joining us. Okay, business process and IT consulting. Many of you have worked with these folks, maybe not these folks particularly, but with this practice area. But we're very excited because Andrew Mathiasen has joined the firm. Andrew is the Director of Service Organization Controls, or SOC, SOC reports. And he's also involved in the attestations and also high trust certification examination and assessments, which is a mouthful, but it's a very technical area. And one thing interesting about Andrew, I think, is he could be the most credentialized person, not just in the firm, but maybe in the world. So go to his bio on our website and you'll see what I mean. Going left to right now, Stuart Carras has joined the firm, and Stuart lives in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and he does process assessments. He spoke at our system selection webinar this past January. Jordan Shaw, RPA specialist. Okay, Jordan, robotic process automation. That's the acronym for RPA, right? And he's going to be speaking to us at the next session with Facilis. So we're looking forward to hearing about RPA in the next session. And Brenna Mellon, who works in the SOC area with Andrew, and she also does IT general controls. We're happy to have her joining. So you can see a lot of new talent and a lot of growth, in this area. And if you think about how much our ability to thrive is impacted by business process, how much it's impacted by IT, including cyber health, you can see why this area is booming. So now it comes down to, what are we doing internally, right? So all these things are booming. Well, internally we have to keep up with that. So we're very happy that Dawn Hagman has joined the firm as our Chief Talent Management Officer. And she comes to us with 20 years of HR experience in public accounting. And also, you see to her right, Mary Catherine Hardy, and she's joined us as our Assistant Director of Career Development and Engagement. So she's one of 3 people we have at the firm dedicated to the success of our employees. That means training, learning, growing, wellness, and engagement of a mostly remote workforce. So we're very excited to have her joining this. And we want you to know that we're listening to you. We know you want consistency in our talent that works with you, and you also want the very best. So we're listening to you, and we're investing in those areas. Okay, the colors you see here on the screen that are blue or cyan in color, those represent the states where we have clients. So I thought you might like to know that we're in 36 of the 50 states we have clients. So yes, most of our clients are still in Massachusetts and New England, but we certainly have branched out in a major way, and we continue to do so. AAFCPAs continues to get featured in the press, okay, and increasingly on a national level. So, our content is differentiated, and it's differentiated by being known, for its being relevant, for being clear, and for being concise. And it provides insights. So, the idea is that you, our readers, get an understanding of what you should do about a situation. And that's been very, very helpful to a lot of people who get our emails. We store all our content in our blog, which is on our website. So please go there if you need to research an issue, because it's a storage area. So even if it's something that came out 6 months ago and you saw it in an email from AAFCPAs, go in there and click our search function, and you'll find it. You can search by the writer of the content. You can search by dates, and certainly by topical area. So anyway, I encourage you to use that. A lot of you do, so that's wonderful. Okay, we're celebrating the awards that we receive, and there's a lot of good ones on there. Forbes naming us the 2023 Best Tax and Accounting Firm. That was really, really exciting for us to get recognized. Our rankings keep improving. So number 95 on Accounting Today's annual rankings of the nation's largest accounting firms. So that's a big deal, especially being underneath that 100 number is big. Locally, number 7 on the BBJ's largest accounting firms in Massachusetts list. And again, we talked about wealth management, which is booming, with Dan Seaman joining the firm as partner. Our assets under management, our AUM, keeps growing. And so our ranking as a top 150 wealth magnet CPA firm, is certainly something we're proud of winning that award. But the one you might find most interesting is Joyce Ripianzi receiving the ECCF award. And the reason I think on that one is just because Well, first of all, ECCF stands for Essex County Community Foundation. And they honored Joyce, for her outstanding commitment to the nonprofit sector. And she served on their board, since 2014. And when she won the award, they couldn't have said nicer things about her and her commitment. And they talked about how much she loves nonprofits, how generous she is with her time and her expertise and sharing that with so many wonderful people. And I think that award sort of really shows the essence of who we are as an organization and as a brand. Okay, our impact report. John Buckley mentioned it, and it is available via this. You got a sneak peek at it because it's not coming out officially until Monday, May 1st. So enjoy that sneak peek, but it's a beautifully 25 page, beautifully professionally designed report. And it speaks to a lot of things we really care about. Our social purpose. It speaks to our 10% Back to Nonprofits program, our sustained commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, our attention to employee health and wellness, and our focus on ethics, values, and character. It's well done. I think it's going to hit home with a lot of people in this audience, and it's it's something we put a lot of care into, assembling and sharing. I'd love to get some feedback from you on this. I have my contact information at the end of the presentation, and love to hear what you think about it. Anyway, it's hot off the press. Okay, Giving Tuesday, okay, which is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. Want to let you know how we did this past year. Well, we did great. $28,000 of money raised from our employees and our foundation. So the foundation gives 100% match during this time of the year. Usually it's 50%, and that really incentivizes the people in the firm, our 300 employees, to give. So we're excited about that. There were 80 monetary gifts. There were 75 gifts worth $2,250 in addition to the monetary gifts that were given to children in need just before the holidays. So the timing was great. And our 7-year total is $172,000. So that's one program that's just highly successful. And if you want to hear any more details about it, don't ever hesitate to reach out to me about it, and I'll share with you, what I know. But it's a wonderful, wonderful program. Okay, Carla McCall, I think you're well aware that she's our managing partner, but I don't think you're aware of the fact that she's on the AAFCPAs board of directors, which is why she's in London today, is because of her commitment to the AICPAs. But that is a big deal. It's a big deal for many reasons, and it's a big commitment. So we're excited to sort of let you know about that. It's a volunteer, position, but it's really an honor to serve in the AICPA. So Carla is doing that right now. She also won the Most Powerful Women in Accounting in 2022 again. So that's back to back. Comes out every June. So by the way, if she gets it again in 2023, we'll let you know through email. But Jamel Lindo said, "Great leadership is an exception." I wrote that down because Carla McCall is our leader, and she is an exception. She is an exception because she's a great leader, and she's doing wonderful things. And she sets the tone at the top because culture starts at the top. And so certainly her example of volunteerism at the AICPA, being on the board, really sets the tone. And throughout the firm at all levels, people are really into volunteering for nonprofits, giving back, and doing good things with our work lives. So anyway, Carla, being a nonprofit auditor too, she takes you and your issues with her to the national stage, and I think that would make you feel just great. Okay, so I mentioned I was going to have some contact information there. There it is right there. I'd love to hear from you if you have feedback ever on your client experience at AAFCPAs or anything about the nonprofit seminar or anything that I might be able to help you with. But know that we appreciate you telling others about us. And we ask you to please continue to do so, because it's those referrals that help us to grow and help us to thrive. So thank you for that. On behalf of the 36 partners at AAFCPAs, please know that we treasure our relationship. You guys have a big impact on us. You have over 50 years in business. We take you with us, and thank you mostly for your inspiration, because we catch your vibe every day. We see what you're doing out there. We're very, very impressed, and it motivates us in a significant way, not just to help you guys and do what we do to help you, but it helps us and motivates us to be the very best organization we can be. Hopefully, an emotionally intelligent organization. Okay, so we're all works in progress, individually and culturally, as a collectively as an organization, but we're working towards that. And I want you to enjoy the rest of the day, enjoy the rest of the nonprofit seminar, and thank you for listening to What's New at AAFCPAs.